Wait, she comes from another, what is it, Scroll and Key or Order of the Serpent? Because I had her on. She admits she comes from one of the other elite groups.
Yeah, well, that's interesting. I didn't know that. But, again, what I want to point out is that the reason that the fact that they won't mention education shows that is really I think the most important thing that happened was their role in bringing that horrible method over from Leipzig. And I know Tony Sutton, he was also very interested in the work done by Paolo Leone. And I want to tell your people to go on the Internet, look, and Google this book. It's called The Leipzig Connection. Leipzig, Germany, okay, connection. And it may not talk about Skull and Bones. It does talk about a lot of the German professors and everything. But that book, to me, people will say, my book's great, everybody else's book is great. I think the most important book ever written on American education is called The Leipzig Connection. And you can order it, because that's what's going in right now. Now, Antony Sutton also felt that was the most important book, because he has quoted from it in his marvelous book on the order.
Well, everything is education, and they federalized it. Now they're internationalizing it. People get more and more dumbed down. They can't communicate. And then, oh, by the way, it's an incredible article in National Geographic about Singapore and a British intelligence operative. They don't admit that, but it's public, and an admitted communist, from the big government-funded Oxford, the minister mentor. He posed as an anti-British guy to bring in the new government, and they admitted here that their system of education is to dumb people down so that they can't communicate, so they can just be factory drones. And they admit it's tyranny, and they admit the Singapore model is for the entire world. But it's just so incredible to see now, Charlotte, how out in the open they've gotten with all of this.
Well, I wish you'd send me that, will you?
Yeah, it's a National Geographic, January 2010 issue. National Geographic, Merging Man and Machine is the cover of it. And I had gotten it, for a separate issue, wanting to read about the bionic stuff, which is another system, which, again, I'm for technology, but they're using it for control. But it's got the article about Singapore, and it's just so scary. The first photograph in it basically promotes the draconian controls that they're putting into the country.
I wonder, I knew that Singapore was bad on that. I'm going to be in Singapore, actually, for a little bit. But I'm really Alex, please don't forget. You're probably going to forget, but will you get Aaron or someone to please send me at least the title so I can Google that article?
Yeah, the title is The Singapore Solution: How Did a Sleepy Little Island Transform into a High-Tech Powerhouse in One Generation? It was all in the plan. Now, they don't tell you it was British intelligence, staged the peaceful handover of power. Kind of like the Queen of England still runs Canada and Australia and can suspend the parliament anytime she wants. It's all on record. It's the same thing here, but they admit the population is dying out. That's good. Oh, it's kind of sad.
Yeah, isn't that sad?
But that's and that people have no creativity and are slaves. But it's just how wonderful it is. In fact, show me document cam shots here, guys.
Huh. And I really want to have that. It's the least you can do for me.
Of course, I'll send it to you. And they talk about the minister mentor, the leader, Lee Kuan Yew, and how he rules everything, and how it's a total control society. And just how wonderful it is, and how it's the model for the rest of the planet. And you may not like it, but they know best. I
really want that, because I think that's what's going in here too. And if a child kicks a milk carton down the corridor in the high school, he's going to have his hand cut off in Singapore. And we're getting there here.
Oh no, they say this is the model now, that the global elite love it, and it's what we're going to have.
Right.
And they talk about how great it is.
Well, I just hope that the American people will Well, Alex, I don't know what we do without your show and your character, your personality, which is so in their face. I love it.
Well, these are very sick people, and they say we're animals in here, and that the ruling elite knows best, and that freedom is bad. I mean, it's so sick though that they now just put it out in the open, Charlotte.
Well, that's why I want to see it, and if you don't send that to me, I'm going to be very upset.
Was there a photo of scanning someone's forehead?
Oh yeah. It talks about the medical tyranny and how great it is. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, please. Well, who knows? I can read it on the boat, and maybe when I get to Singapore, I can get in some trouble.
No. We don't want that to happen. You're not allowed to. Just like China, they shut down the only independent magazine today in China, and our government says that's good now. And now the FCC is announcing they're taking over the internet. Now that's big news today. And Jay Rockefeller says we'd be better off without it. I mean, they're really just out in the open.
I know. Well, anyway, I don't know what else I can tell you about the order at Yale, except I'm positive that it is a branch of a very important branch of the Illuminati. I'm really pretty positive of that.
Well, it's the only direct branch to the Illuminati that's documented.
That's right.
Of the original Illuminati, and that's confirmed.
And the guys did see the book, the original book that I have, by Robeson. And that's an extraordinary book in itself. I mean, the fact that one page there sounds like out of a United States global education textbook. It's amazing. It talks about dropping borders and changing the children's values.
Charlotte, we're out of time. We're going to be right back after the break. We're going to overdrive. Stay with us.
Are you tired of searching for great talk radio?
Something more important.
Search no more. We are the GCN Radio Network.
Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
I have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty, and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Coast to coast, direct from Austin. You're listening to the Alex Jones Broadcasting Network.
My friends, we have Charlotte Iserbyt with us. We're not going to go too far into overdrive because the first hour was pretty powerful rants and information. But Charlotte is our guest right now, an amazing lady, the author of Deliberate Dumbing Down of America, now out of print. But you can go to her website and read it free online, very gracious of her. But all she wants is justice. When you realize how oppressive and anti-freedom these New World Order architects are, you just want to defeat them. I mean, because our children, our grandchildren, humanity has no future. And we've got to get good people rallied against it. But I kind of ended that last hour scrambled there, trying to apologize to Georgia and other people that were patiently holding that we were going to try to go to. But just finishing up with Charlotte Iserbyt, any other points that you've got or questions for Aaron Dykes?
Well, we could probably talk all day as we did before in the interview, but I just wanted to thank you again for speaking with us and all the interesting stuff that you brought out.
Oh, is that Aaron?
Yes, it's Aaron Dykes. He's here with you.
Hello, Aaron. Yeah, well, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you, Aaron. We send you our best from here, and I just am very grateful that you guys are there because I don't know that there's any other group that's doing anything like you are doing, and your listeners all know that the Council for National Policy is just as evil as the Council on Foreign Relations. So the left and the right have the same agenda. And so we've got to understand that. And once we do understand that, we can work together sort of in the middle. And
Let's briefly talk about the Council for National Policy, because the Hunt brothers, if I'm not incorrect, set that up, and some evidence showed they were actually against the globalist, but then it got infiltrated and taken over, or was it always bad? Because I've had people on, and folks have pointed this out. I wasn't even really aware of it until the last decade. And some people, kind of on the left say, oh, it's even more powerful. They kind of make it a left-right paradigm. But I see CFR, Council for National Policy. A lot of people in both groups are kind of like porch masons. They're not at the top of the pyramid, but certainly now the Council for National Policy, there's no doubt it's promoting a globalist agenda. I mean, what's your view on it?
Oh, I believe so. I mean, if you take, NAFTA, Richard Allen, he was with Reagan, right, in the Reagan White House, and he was fired because he accepted a wristwatch from the Japanese, and he went to work for the Heritage Foundation. And he's Council for National Policy, and that's Heritage Foundation. Ed Fulner, who set up an office in Moscow when the wall came down. These are CNP people, but Richard Allen wrote NAFTA. And, so people have got to understand that, although, Heritage Foundation, turns out all these wonderful reports and everything, that 90% of which you could agree with, but 10% of what they're doing is really even more important than the 90%, because they have the globalist agenda. They love the UN. They want an international system. They, of course, think they're going to run it. But they're going to run it with Rockefeller and everybody else. It's a very, very bad, or bad's hardly the word. It's a very deceitful, deceptive group that I found out through trying to work with them. They hate me, but Roz Haley from Texas, down there where you guys are, she was lovely, like the grande dame of the Council for National Policy. And she's a close friend of Norman Dawes. She and I put together a project to get out of the UN, a really good project. And we sent letters to 300 or more members of the Council for National Policy to help us. Samuel, my son, typed all the labels out of the computer. This was 15 years ago. We didn't get one single response, even though Roz Haley was highly thought of in the Council for National Policy.
Charlotte, this segment's over, but now I want to get you back on about the CMP and the infiltration of conservative movements by the globalists. This is, because just like Skull and Bones, you've got Democrats and Republicans from there, correct?
You absolutely do, and I think they're more dangerous. I think that the neoconservatives are more dangerous than the left, because the left tells the truth, as bad as it is. They don't lie all the time to us. We know what they're doing, but the right wing is lying.
Incredible. I'm going to have you back on then soon on the CMP. Stay with us, folks. This is important. We'll be right back.
Before you throw away your used batteries, you need to listen to this. Now, going green can save money. Go green and save money by giving life to your used batteries by charging them with the Renaissance Charger. The Renaissance Charger uses a new revolutionary battery charging technology that effectively extends the life of new batteries and gives new life to used batteries. Invented by legendary audio genius John Bedini, this unique and patented charging system rejuvenates the electrochemical plate structure in the battery without additives, increasing capacity and maintaining cell integrity. Renaissance Charge offers a full line of products made in the USA for all types and sizes of batteries. Find out why our customers tell us the Renaissance Charger is the only battery charger they will ever use. Save your money. Save the environment. Visit us online at r-charge.com. That's r-charge.com, or call us at 208-772-4514. That's 208-772-4514. Be a part of the revolution today.
They helped to create a new world order.
We are part of a new world order.
A new world order based upon collective action.
Invisible Empire is a damning indictment of the globalists through their own words and documents.
The new world order really is a tool for addressing